everybody. Duncan here. Welcome to another episode of Dylan's Disney Movie Reviews. Let's talk a bit about Ernest Green. Born on September 22nd, 1941 in Little Rock, Arkansas, he became part of a group of African American students called the Little Rock Nine in 1957. They were the first black students to ever attend school at Little Rock Central High School, and Green would later become its first black student to graduate. In the early 1990s, Walt Disney Television produced a biography about this, and it's what I'm reviewing this week. Released to Disney Channel on January 17th, 1993, the movie is The Ernest Green Story. Film opens in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1957, where we hear a narration from Ernest Green.
I'm Ernest Green. In the spring of 1957, I was finishing my junior year in high school. Each day on my way to school, I'd pass Central High, the white school. Its outstanding academic ratings and facilities made it one of the best schools in America. I went to Horace Mann, the black school. But in those days, the words black and African American weren't used, so it was called the Negro or Colored School.
I'll be there.
During the opening credits, we see Ernest, played by Morris Chestnut, at a high school dance, and we hear another narration.
It had been 3 years since the Supreme Court had ordered all public schools to desegregate. The NAACP and the Little Rock School Board had finally compromised on a phase-in plan. The high school would be integrated first, with the black students volunteering to transfer to Central High. Most people didn't expect trouble. After all, we weren't Deep South, we were Upper South. Besides, integration had already taken place. In the law school, libraries, parks, and public buses. With the support of the Little Rock newspapers, Mayor Mann and Governor Faubus, no one thought there'd be any trouble.
One day, in the office of Arkansas Governor Orville Faubus, played by James Harper, he talks to the reverend of the local white church and refuses to integrate the school because he thinks the state's right.
The Negro is fundamentally inferior. He's immoral, inept, and incapable of learning. And integration will lead to the mongrelization of the races. Now, do you want to be known as the governor who permitted the dilution of white blood?
Reverend, I'm just a boy who came down out from the hills. I don't think I even saw a Negro till I was old enough to shave. But if you want northern business down here, and if you want factories and jobs and tax revenues...
Governor, if you want to be reelected, if you want a third term, which is as rare in Arkansas as a blue pig, then you better listen to the will of the people.
In Ernest's neighborhood, his best friend Marcus, played by Omar Gooding, tells him about how he can change the world by becoming class president at Central High, which has recently been integrated.
Now first, we need a theme song. Yeah. Now you go around campus with your horn, making sweet sounds. You go up to the chicks and you say, "My, you're looking fly today." And whether they do or not, that's politics.
However, Ernest reminds him about Crispus Attuck's story, telling him the first to defy is the first to die.
Marcus, he was a Negro.
So?
Harriet Tubman. Sojourner Truth. Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, I know them. Civil War.
Hiram Revels. Lance Bruce. Senators from Mississippi. Negroes. Do you understand that, Marcus?
No, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Okay. Now, what have they got at Central that we don't have at Horace Mann? They've got a stadium, haven't they? They've got an auditorium, haven't they? They've got textbooks that are new, not hand-me-downs with names already in them. They've got hundreds of microscope slides instead of just one for every 50 students. Hey, man, can you imagine what George Washington Carver could have done in a lab like that? What else have they got, Marcus?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wouldn't it be nice to find out?
At dinner time in Ernest's house, he tells his family, including his maternal grandfather, played by the late Ozzie Davis, that he's transferring to Central.
Be trouble.
Scott.
I didn't say anything.
I think it's a wonderful idea. We've been asking for integration. And now that the Lord has given us this chance, I think we ought to take it.
Brother,
Have you thought about this carefully? It won't be easy.
Well, Terrence is doing it. So is Minnie Jean. Hundreds of kids are. Everybody knows you get better classes. They've got a cool physics lab. I can get my science credit. I can get a better education. Mother, kids who graduate from Central, they get into college. You get your diploma there, you get respect.
His mother, played by Tina Lifford, tells him that they'll all stand behind him.
No, I don't see any point making a fuss about it. Eat your vegetables.
Okra. Why do I have to eat okra?
Because it's their brother.
Trouble. Yeah. There's not gonna be any trouble. Why should there be? It's the law.
Later in July, Ernest meets the other 8 students who, along with him, will soon become the Little Rock Nine, including NAACP member Daisy Bates, played by CCH Pounder.
All right, children. Let's go.
They then meet the principal and counselors of the school.
I'm Mr. Matthews, principal of Central High. This is Mr. Loomis, boys counselor, Miss Gaines, girls counselor. Will the transfer students rise, as I call their names? Sophomores, Jefferson Thomas, Carlotta Walls. Juniors, Minnie Jean Brown, Elizabeth Eckford, Thelma Mothershed, Melba Patillo, Gloria Ray, Terrence Roberts. Senior Ernest Green. Out of the many applications received, you students have been selected to start the phase-in program on the basis of scholarship and deportment. You may be seated.
Principal Matthews, played by the late Wayne Tibbett, then tells the 9 about what they're restricted from.
You will not be permitted to engage in team sports. You will not be permitted to run for student offices. You will not be permitted to attend dances. You will not be permitted to join any of the service or social clubs, the school marching band, the swing band, the... Yes?
I play the tenor sax, sir. Does this mean that I won't be able to join any of the groups?
Well, you'll be able to take music class, but no, you won't be allowed to join any of the groups. Yes?
My daughter, Minnie Jean, has a very fine singing voice, and she sings in our church choir. Are you saying she can't sing in the glee club?
Yes. She can take singing class, but she can't join the glee club.
Later at home, Ernest's elderly neighbor, Lydia Wilson, played by the late Ruby Dee, has just read a newspaper and tells him about her concerns about him attending Central High. Ernest's grandfather then comes out and reminds her that Ernest is making a bold move to change the world.
Don't you forget what happened the last time we got involved in that integration business.
Time for a change, Wilson. Time for a change.
I believe it when I see it.
If you got a problem with the boy, don't go to him. Come to me.
One day at church, Reverend Lawson, played by Avery Brooks, tells the 9 students about nonviolence being misunderstood.
It is not passive and acquiescent. It doesn't mean taking it. It doesn't mean going into danger as though danger wasn't there. Of course it's there. No, nonviolence is creative. It takes thinking and imagination. It means showing that you are a quality human being and that your adversary is not. So, no bowed heads. Look them in the eyes. Learn their names even. That's what we're going to practice here in this laboratory.
He then has Ernest pretend to walk along, mind his own business, while he's pretending to be a white person who's throwing a rock at him.
Well, what do? Wait before you answer. He has 3 choices. 1.
Throw it back harder.
Shh. 2.
Run.
Jefferson, nobody can run as fast as you.
Oh, all right. 3. Show that you are a quality human being and that your adversary is not. Creativity, Ernie. Imagination.
Chuck, I believe this was yours.
Excellent. But leave out the Chuck.
Later, while shooting hoops, Ernest and his friends hear something on the radio.
We interrupt this broadcast to go live to the state capitol where Governor Faubus is speaking.
If forcible integration is carried out tomorrow, it will not be possible to maintain order and to protect the lives and property of the citizens. If Negro pupils should attempt to enter Central High School, blood will run in the streets. I have a constitutional duty and obligation from which I will not shrink.
Come on now, pass the ball, man.
I am announcing today that because of evidence of disorder and threats of disorder, I'm calling out the Arkansas National Guard, whose duty it will be to surround Central High School. Their mission will be to maintain order.
That was Governor Faubus speaking to you.
Then, on September 3rd, the National Guard is in front of the school to make sure that the Little Rock Nine are safe from the protesters. Ernest and 7 new black students are escorted to police cars, but Elizabeth Eckford, played by Lisa Marie Russell, didn't get the message, and as she walks to school, the mob outside calls her names. She then gets onto a bus which takes her home, while the National Guard refuses to let the other black kids in.
Well, come on. Do something. I dare you. I do believe that black boy is yellow.
They then head back to the Bates house where Daisy introduces them to attorney Thurgood Marshall, played by Brian Stokes Mitchell.
He's a lawyer with the NAACP, and he's going to explain to you what we're doing.
How's everybody?
Fine.
Good. We're trying to get an injunction against Governor Faubus, forcing him to remove the Arkansas National Guard so y'all can get into school.
If I were governor, I'd be worried President Eisenhower would send in troops.
Well, Governor Faubus is of the opinion, incorrectly so, that it is unconstitutional for federal troops to come into a state unless the governor calls for them.
Well, no wonder he's not worried. He's never gonna do that.
Well, you know that, son, and I know that. But you have to wonder what they know in Washington.
For the next 3 weeks, Bates gets their assignments and they do them from her house, while Marcus isn't happy with Ernest for not being in Central.
You're not in Central. Not in Horace Mann. You're in Daisy Bates High School. That's limbo. Kitch. Arnie, I asked. There's still time to come back.
I can't.
Why can't you?
Because I can't.
Now, what kind of answer is that?
Because I don't want to. It's more important now than ever. They're trying to scare us. Marcus, I pledged myself.
Man, you are so deep.
It's our way of becoming equal. It's like Rosa Parks not giving up her seat on that Montgomery bus to a white person. I'm tired, my feet hurt, she said. It's like Dr. King. Dr. King said, straighten up, walk erect.
Brother, Mrs. Bates just called. We got the injunction. The National Guard is leaving. School tomorrow.
Soon enough, the National Guard has left the school, and Ernest and the others enter the school. Once inside, Ernest tries to talk to Mr. Loomis, played by Gary Grubbs, who treats him unfairly.
3 weeks have gone by since school started. You missed all those classes. We covered the first 2 chapters already.
Well, yes, sir, I know. I have the books. I've been trying to study.
I give tests every Friday. I've given 3 already. You missed them all. Naturally, I'll have to give you F's on each of them.
Well, sir, I can do makeups.
I don't give makeups, unless there's a especially good reason. And I don't see that your absence qualifies as an especially good reason. I'm sure you don't expect special treatment because you're a Negro. You do want me to be fair, don't you, boy? That's the whole idea, isn't it? To see if colored can do as well as white. Isn't it, Ernest?
Well, sir,
Physics demands a keen brain. Maybe you ought to take an easier course.
No, sir, I want physics. It's a good science credit for college.
Oh, you consider yourself college material. That's interesting.
During physics class, Mr. Loomis is given a no and tells Ernest to leave.
The police say they can't hold the barricades. They're taking you home for your own safety.
Bye-bye, Negra.
So Ernest and the others are taken home by the police.
Mr. Brownell, I'm ashamed of the citizens of this city waging war on 9 Negro school children. Now, somebody around here's got to do something. Guess it's me. I'm lame duck anyway. As mayor of Little Rock, I am hereby making an official request for federal troops to enforce the Supreme Court decision and keep the peace at Central High.
Later at the Greens' house on Ernest's birthday, they watch President Eisenhower give a speech on TV.
To aid in the execution of federal law at Little Rock, Arkansas. This became necessary when my proclamation of yesterday was not observed, and the obstruction of justice still continues. Our personal opinions about the decision have no bearing on the matter of enforcement. The responsibility and authority of the Supreme Court to interpret the Constitution are very clear. The interest of the nation in the proper fulfillment of the law's requirements cannot yield to opposition and demonstrations by some few persons. Mob rule can not be allowed to override the decisions of our courts.
So despite the harsh treatment, the Little Rock Nine continue to attend Central High School. At one point, Ernest befriends a white girl who shares interests in jazz.
I spend almost all my allowance on records.
I know what you mean.
See you around.
All right. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Later, Ernest is told to go to the girl's counselor's office. Once he gets there, Charlene's complaining about how Ernest keeps bumping into her.
He bumps into me every time he can.
That's serious, boy. Hope you know how serious that is.
Ernest, do you bump into Charlene?
Well, you're not going to ask him, are you? I mean, what nigger ever tells the truth?
Be quiet, Charlene.
Well, yes, ma'am. I bumped into her once by accident. But only once.
There. See, he admitted it. And it was disgusting. I burned my clothes.
All right, Charlene. You can go.
Well, what about him?
We'll take care of it.
Well, I hope so. Because my parents are going to hear about this.
You're dismissed. I said, get out of here.
One night, while doing his homework, Ernest is visited by his grandfather, who heard he's been having lunch with a white girl.
Not just me, Grandfather. A bunch of us are. See, some of the white kids, they're real friendly. And we just sit around and talk.
Talk.
Yes, sir. About all kinds of things.
I don't have to remind you, do I? What happened in Money, Mississippi, when a boy even younger than you said, "Bye, baby," to a white woman. That's all the talking he did.
No, Grandfather. You don't have to remind me.
That's good. It's tough enough just trying to get the school integrated. Things sure can get complicated, can't they?
Yes, sir.
The next day at school, Ernest walks up to her and tells her they shouldn't have lunch together anymore.
What talking?
I'm sorry, Ernie. I really am.
Later in November, the white students continue to torment the Little Rock Nine, and they tear up Ernest's physics notes, which he needs to pass his midterm exams.
I'm not worried about getting beaten up. They did it to Jefferson, they could do it to me. I'll get over it. But it's too late to drop the class, and I need my science credit. If I don't pass physics, all of this will be for nothing. I won't be able to graduate.
All right, Ernie. I'll see if we can find you a tutor.
Daisy, I think the children need to get big book bags, carry all their things with them.
Yeah, tote that barge, lift that bell.
Son! I can see that temperature level in you rising and rising. It's getting near a dangerous point. Watch yourself.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
Despite his best efforts, Mr. Loomis gives Ernest failing grades for physics because he doesn't think black people are as good at it. Ernest's grandfather soon tells him something.
Messed myself up, Grandfather. I didn't mean to. I thought I was doing better for myself and for everybody by transferring, but I didn't.
Well, now, we don't know that for a fact yet, do we?
Now, Mr. Loomis is never going to let me pass no matter what I do. No teacher at Horace Mann would have ever given me that type of trouble.
Yes, that is so. I agree with you on that.
So what have I done, Grandfather?
You got yourself in a deep hole, and you got to get out of it. Listen, this isn't just about passing physics and going to college. It isn't even just about integration, although that's what we want, of course, and that's what we should have, of course. But it's about more than that. It's the beginning of our exercise of our constitutional rights. You young people are making history here in Little Rock. But making history is not something that's easily done.
One night, Ernest's brother Scott, played by Jason Pratt, runs off to protect the streets from violence since he's worried about what will happen to Ernest and the other black students.
Here's my nigga butt, Faye. Do something.
Okay, boy. Come on.
Ernest catches up to him.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing?
What I have to.
No, Scott.
Ernie, I just want to make the streets safe for us.
You are not making the streets safe. You're spreading violence.
They don't need me to spread it. It's already spread. Turn your cheek. Now turn your other cheek. What do you do when you run out of cheeks?
Come on, let's go home.
Later in January of 1958, the harsh treatment becomes worse and Ernest cuts himself on some glass in the showers. He goes to tell the coach about it, but then some white guys clean it up.
There's no glass in there, Green. You're a troublemaker.
But Coach, there was glass all over the floor. I cut my foot, Coach.
In February, Minnie Jean Brown, played by Monica Calhoun, is called names.
Hey, chocolate girl.
Tar, baby. Hey! She threw chili on me!
He's been messing with me. Every chance he gets, he says something nasty to me.
I don't want to hear anymore. I will not put up with that kind of behavior in my school. Now, Minnie Jean, any further incident and you will be expelled. Is that clear? Minnie Jean, is that clear?
Charlene then insults her and Minnie Jean calls her white trash, which gets her expelled.
I gotta go. Goodbye, Thelma. Bye, Elizabeth. Take care. Bye. Ernest, you get out of here. Go where folks are decent. Goodbye, Minnie Jean. Bye, Minnie Jean.
See you, Minnie Jean.
And Elizabeth gets pushed down some stairs.
Are you all right?
I'm all right. But I can't stand it here anymore. I can't take it. I hate it here, and I'm not going to stay here anymore.
Ernest goes after the bully and is sent to the principal's office.
Yes, sir. He pushed Elizabeth down the stairs. I guess I got mad.
Did any teacher see it?
I don't know.
No. Ernest? Maybe he bumped into Elizabeth by accident. That can happen, can't it? Students bump into each other all the time by accident. Don't they? Don't they, Ernest?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna let this pass this time. But if it happens again, Ernest, believe me, you'll be expelled.
One night while walking home with Marcus after a dance, Ernest tells him he was right, but Marcus says otherwise.
No, Ernie, I wasn't right. Everyone at Horace Mann is proud of you. They're rooting for you. They want to see you graduate. It's hard to say this, but I talked against you going to Central. So I was afraid to do it myself.
Ernest then asks his grandfather something.
Could I be having so much trouble with physics because I'm a Negro?
That's exactly what Loomis and everybody like him would like you to believe.
Yeah, I know, but still, is it possible?
Brother, you just stick with your tutor every step of the way from here to the final exam. Then you'll find the answer for yourself.
Later in May, the year ends good for Ernest and he finally passes physics.
Well, so now I guess you know the answer to your question.
Yeah. Hail to the
Hey. That's not Michigan State, that's Michigan.
Oh, I know, but I don't know the state fight song. Yeah. Hail to the victors.
All right.
During dinner that night, Ernest receives a threatening phone call.
Hello?
You will never make it through the ceremony. You're gonna be shot.
The Lord has truly given us something to be thankful for.
On the day of graduation, Ernest is told that Principal Matthews wants to see him.
Yes, sir.
Ernest, if you don't want to march out there with the class, you can go home. We'll mail you your diploma. It'd be all right. It'd be safer, but you'd still graduate.
I'm sorry, sir. My grandfather wants to take pictures of me, and I can't disappoint him.
During the ceremony, Ernest graduates and comes one more narration.
In July 1958, Governor Faubus won nomination for a third term as governor and soon closed the schools of Little Rock to forestall integration. In a Gallup poll taken in late 1958, Governor Faubus was voted one of the 10 most admired persons in the United States. Ernie Green earned his master's degree at Michigan State University and later served as Assistant Secretary of Labor in the Carter administration. Today, he is a managing director of an investment banking firm in Washington, D.C., and a member of the National Board of the NAACP.
And that was the Ernest Green story. What did I think of it? It was really good. In the end, I give this film a rating of 4 stars out of 5. Well, that's it for the Ernest Green story. Be sure to join us for go be reviewing the TV Disney movie starring the late Diane Keaton. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to tell your friends about me. Leave the questions in the comments below. Subscribe, hit the like button, check out my recording account, links in the description below, and tell me how I can improve my videos.